Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Inside Movies Galore. Sorry my voice isn't as up to snuff. For the last week, I've been down with strep throat, and haven't been able to get a review out to you folks. Today I wanted to go on about a film that I had contributed to get a copy of the Blu-ray DVD combo physical media is dead edition. I'm not sure if you can see the cover of this, but the cover of this is actually kind of awesome. And this is number 59 out of 100 copies made. And so for 20 bucks, you could actually get a copy of this film. And what's interesting is because I'm from Milwaukee, this is a film that is directed by Jason Coffman, who is from Chicago, which is kind of somewhat more locally centered towards where I'm from. He works with relatively newer actresses, Jamie Dirac, and Annie Watkins, who play a couple of girls by the name of Angie and Izzy, who get a house sitting gig that seems too good to be true. So apparently they get to house sit this house for a night, and they have a credit card that seems like it's limitless. So I don't know. Angie seemed to was so excited for this. She didn't really seem to know the guy for way too long, and what they do is they end up having kind of a slumber party over. They're inviting a couple of guys well, apparently Izzy actually has a boyfriend by the name of Zach, who is played by Peter Ash. And Peter Ash, I don't know streams on Planet Zero, but evidently he played in a science fiction film in 2013. Having him act in here as Zach, the boyfriend that seems to just go with the flow, shows up. Evidently, the girls have gotten into one of their daddy's porn stashes to go over and make fun of and mock all of these people having sex with each other. And ultimately, the girls do not realize that there is a monster in the house and a demon in the wait for them. And so we have a few characters in here, and evidently there is an evil book involved, and a note that apparently Angie has actually been chosen to be the last sacrifice to bring this ultimate demon to Earth. And once this demon comes, he he's not exactly sure what to do. It's it's kind of funny because he's summoned for some almighty reason and he doesn't know what the fuck he's there for. So ultimately, it's like you were scared for nothing, but you have these comical situations of these girls' conversations back and forth between each other, and the dialogue is kind of funny because you have them backing up the story of this demon. Apparently, they're okay. They're okay that Zach has actually gone out into this blackness of this world and come back all like in a daze. But I guess one of the things is that there's a little puppet monster that was designed by Dustin Mills, who, if you don't know anything about Dustin Mills as a director, um, he directed a film called Puppet Monster Massacre, which was all of puppets that he designed. So this is a little creature, um, and I like uh, I like the look of this creature. So I'm uh, I'm the only thing is I wish that the creature could have done a few more things that looked much more real. Uh, I guess the atmosphere of the girls talking with each other, of their familiarity with each other, is what's more charming of the film. So it's like these two ladies' conversation carry the film. Now, the other things that you get as a bonus on this Blu-ray double feature, and I'm just going to show you this disc art in here. Definitely kind of cool. Um, Oftentimes, directors do this before they get their film marketed on some kind of distribution or whatnot. Sometimes it's kind of like a uh, fuck you to the industry so that they can get some money worth out of it before they get signed on. But I'm not sure. I'm sure that's not the case for this film. Now, apparently, uh, it's also a way to get some short films out there. So I wanted to talk about a few of the short films that you see as a bonus. So the first three short films that I wanted to talk about were Tape, the Secret Cinema, and Carol and the Temp. Now, Tape involves a man who evidently wants someone removed from his life, and in uh, this is the first that we actually see that Jason Kaufman uses uh, a character by the name of Mr. Lake that he has created, that is a man who has no face, which he later uses. Him in several other short films that he has. Um, but anyways, the only vice in the agreement of getting rid of this person is that he's got to keep a copy of evidently the said removal uh, with him at all points in time. Um, Carol and the Temp um, evidently is a story about a boss that evidently is not really well liked. Um, and Carol evidently runs into a new temp that evidently she went to high school with. And when she comes back from her break, she sees that there is a body on the floor. And it looks and appears to be that said person in charge. So, The Secret Cinema uh, is another film that was a short film that was filmed in 2012. And this one involves uh, evidently what looks like a friend meets a friend, and they go and watch um, uh, a new film from a new filmmaker that evidently is showing people things that he's never shown before, and it's always new. And while he's watching this film, he wakes up as if he was in a dream, and he meets this said director, and he's told that he's going to, you know, make these films for him, as there is a screening in like a week or so or whatnot. So this is a very bizarre uh, film. Yeah, and then in 2013, there was a black and white short film called The Gamma Ray Man. And this one involves the Mr. Lake as well as the Secret Cinema did. Um, and we have, it looks like Christopher R. Mim actually helped out on this one because he's specially thanked in the back. And so we have the story of two doctors who are evidently working with rays at a university. And one of them just so happens to want to get rid of the other one and ends up mutating the one doctor into a monster. And with the help of a young reporter, is able to enact a sort of revenge against the people responsible for turning him into the people that the monster that he has become. So this was kind of an interesting film. It was definitely shot very well. I could definitely hear some music that I've heard before in like a 1950s style film. I really liked this one. And in 2014, there was a film called Alice's Dream. And this one involves, I believe, the same Mr. Lake in the very end. But there is a very feverish dream of what appears to be the young girl dreaming. She sees herself and looks back at herself. So it's like she's looking at her life in a different perspective. So the other thing is that these are all put out by evidently Jason Kaufman's production company at the time called Rabbit Room Productions. Whereas in Housesitters, that is put out by a new production company that called Tomorrow Romance Productions. So there you have it, folks. There's my review of all of these films. I thought the acting involved in many of these was I mean, the Secret Cinema, the acting could have been a little better, a little bit more enthusiastic, but it was definitely strange enough of a world that entertained me. I could see that that there were comical moments in the House Sitter. I could see that there were some likable things in the film, but I also could see from a standpoint how it could turn someone off from the stuff that is going on in the film. As long as you understand, the whole concept of the film. I thought it was decently put together for a somewhat local film. In any case, hopefully you enjoyed my description of this film and the many films that were on the bonus sections. Definitely check this film out if you can, if it comes out on any distribution website. But hopefully you were able to get a copy of it. One of those 100 people that got a copy. So thank you for listening. Have a great day, evening, or morning, wherever you are. Thanks for listening ahead of time and appreciate the time spent watching my reviews.